Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Seth. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. And Mihoyo or Hoyoverse, whatever they want to call themselves now, had an interview, and some answers came out. Some things came out about their ideology of the game that a lot of people don't agree with, and I don't agree with it either. So the reason why I want to react to this is because I've talked about controversial topics on Genshin Impact in the past, like the first anniversary, the resin problem. The resin problem I have then deleted. In the resin video, I tried to take a stance where I was sitting in Hoyoverse's shoes. I wasn't trying to defend them or anything like that, but I tried to place myself in their shoes and see why they would do the things that they do. I'm talking for too long, but let's just watch this Zax's video on the interview, and then I'll throw some opinions in the middle of it.
You guys didn't see, I made a tweet about it, but basically the game...
Okay, what is this tweet? I spent 15 minutes typing a passive-aggressive comment about how I wanted to use the characters I had spent months building, and how entirely optional co-op bosses, dungeon puzzles would be amazing. Entirely would be amazing and not just anxiety inducing, but I deleted it because I'm truly more sad than angry. Okay, we'll get back to this.
This interview though was regarding their stance towards adding new permanent endgame content in the same vein as the Spiral Abyss or something similar.
Yeah, and everyone's been wanting an endgame.
The developers themselves said that the Spiral Abyss is one of the most effective ways for players to test out their party composition and combat strength. If we design another type of permanent...
Nah, that's some bullshit. Is one of the most effective ways for players to test out their party composition and combat strength. That is a lie. It might end up creating excessive anxiety for our players. Not everyone is interested in Musk Reef. Yeah, I fucking hate the Spiral Abyss. So we need a different. I want something different. That's what I want. I have posted many times about how much I hate the Spiral Abyss. Most notably, one of them is the Spiral Abyss can suck my cock, and sometimes the Spiral Abyss throws in bosses that I physically cannot beat without specific element, or without a specific element or specific character. For example, the fucking Golden Wolf boss. I hate that thing with a burning passion. I hate that it's in the Spiral Abyss because I'm forced to use characters that I don't want to use, specifically Geo characters, and more specifically either Goro or Ningguang. The thing is, if I build Goro's only useful in Geo teams, so I don't want to build him because I don't like using Geo, or I'm forced to use Ningguang. And the thing is that I just don't like Ningguang. I don't like her playstyle. I think she's kind of a boring character. That's just me. That's just my personal opinion. I don't like them, so I don't build them. So my party composition, my best party compositions, do not have Geo anywhere in them because I don't like using Geo. This is bullshit, because why are you forcing players to use an element that they might not like? Like I said, Geo. That shit sucks.
And this is kind of where I have a problem.
Okay, what's your problem, Zax?
That they are looking at different game modes, like the trading card game and stuff like that.
Different game modes?
Endgame content for longevity. Them being against another type of permanent endgame similar to the Spiral
Why would I want to
is,
play?
in my opinion, very problematic.
Yeah. Why?
That should concern pretty much everyone, even if you're not endgame yet. Now,
why would I want to play a fucking card game? I want to play Genshin.
More balanced than others.
I want to fight in Genshin. Use my characters.
For you to actually utilize your characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Your team comps and the artifacts that you've been farming for months.
Exactly.
If you spend a ton of time building a character and trying to maximize them and use them efficiently and test out their strength, there is no other place to do it than the Spiral Abyss and perhaps a few rotating events. While events are nice and the Spiral Abyss is great, there comes a certain point where you clear it and then don't have much else to do.
Exactly. I don't like combat events because they're very one-dimensional.
Exploration perspective as well. The combat system is something that's unique, and in my opinion,
yeah, it is unique.
None, at least as far as gacha games go.
You just added a new element.
I'm not a big fan of gacha, but am a huge fan of Genshin's combat system, which is why getting more content in the same vein of the Spiral Abyss, or co-op content, for example, like dungeons or raids or puzzles or anything like that.
Okay, that's a good point. I never really thought about that because I saw Genshin as like a single player game, but that would be nice because a lot of other gacha games, from what I've played, all have some sort of co-op. Even Honkai has some sort of co-op, like co-op missions, co-op events and stuff like that. The only co-op we get, co-op event that we really get in Genshin is the Fall Guys-esque shit, which is a blatant ripoff. Like, why would I play Fall Guys in Genshin? I'm playing Genshin, for fuck's sake. And what was it again? The hide and seek, the prop hunt one, which is another ripoff. I don't want to play prop hunt in Genshin. I don't like it.
Pieces of content.
Also, these little domains where you kill like enemies that are already in the game are pretty boring. Like I want like co-op specific bosses. You know what I mean?
Which I want to use them in endgame content. I'm not gonna go play another game that lets me do that because it's not the same.
That's very true because they're not the same game.
Really is starting the mindset. They said that the reason why they don't want to design permanent content similar to Abyss is because it might create excessive anxiety for their players. Now, I don't know about
I have a very problem with
like
that.
For me, at least, what creates excessive anxiety for the player base in a gacha game is the gacha aspect. It's the fact that you might not have enough primo.
It's not even just that.
To pull for the character you want. If you miss your 50-50,
that's not even the worst part.
And especially with the patch cycle now changing to 5 weeks for every patch, right? For the 2 banners that we get, or even 4 now if you count reruns. This makes it to where you don't have a lot of time to get primo gems and can actually cause much more anxiety than having permanent endgame content that's optional and not going anywhere.
Okay, my opinion on that is I'm glad that patches are shorter now because I get fucking so bored in the middle of the patch when I have nothing else to do. I get so bored, but that means, or a shorter patch means that the next content in the game comes out sooner, which is for me is a big plus because I really don't want to wait a whole nother year for another region. That's just shitty. So that is fine with me. The thing about primo gems is that kind of does suck. It's a win-lose situation for that one. Before it was it was still a win-lose. Like you get more time to save for a character that you want, but it takes super long for the next patch to come out. So yeah, another anxiety-inducing thing that the game does is even if you get the new characters, you can't build them till you get to that region. So if you're first starting out and you see this limited Sumeru character on the banner, you get them, you can't build them at all. Like the only way to get some of the materials that you need for that character is to go into Paimon's bargains or whatever it's called and buy it from there. But even then, you can't buy the boss materials. You can't buy those. So it's garbage. Like that part really confuses me why they do that. And I believe that it's to keep players, it's for players to keep playing their game, not drive in new players, which is super stupid in my opinion, because if you go along that line of keeping players that are already playing the game, then you're only going to lose players. You're not going to gain any players, because most other games, they all use the same material to level up, the same material. They don't even use ascensions like to evolve a unit. They use dungeons that are harder but are available all the time. So once you get to that point, once you reach the level, like level 50, then you can unlock the content to get to level 60 or something like that. It's just an example, but that's how most gacha games do it, and I think that is the best way to go about it. I don't know why you need region-specific materials for region-specific characters, because that just fucks over new players, and new players don't even want to get into the game. So good luck trying to keep your game living long enough for the end, because you're gonna lose all your players by then if you keep this shit up.
4-star characters being broken, at least the old ones. I know the new ones now are for some reason getting worse, which is another problem that I'm actually gonna address.
Right. Okay. I want to talk about that too. So I'll wait till Zyx mentions it.
Like...
And also the resin. Why has the resin not changed? Like, okay, the reason why I took down the video, the specifics of that video, is because when I made that video, there was much less content in the game, and I made it out of impulse because I was just bored with the game. So I didn't really feel like playing it, which means that I use less resin. Yeah, but for people who actually want to play the game, it's really, really bad. The thing is, I don't mind them having resin. Resin is good for the longevity of the game. It will keep players, coming back and playing it, so they don't grind everything in one day. It's also healthy for you, so you don't keep grinding till like the ridiculous hours in the night, and keep grinding for these artifacts and stuff like that. But it's really bad when there's so much content in the game. Like, now that Sumed is out, there's so much more shit that I need to farm. I never used my fragile resin until Sumeru came out. I have saved my fragile resin since the beginning of the game because I didn't need it. I didn't need to use that much resin because I was a very casual player. But now that I actually want to get back into the game, and now that Sumeru is out, and I fucking love Sumeru so much. I love the characters, I love everything about it. But if I can't make them strong, if I can't build them, then it's just a pain. It's just a really big pain in the ass, and that can cause anxiety, because they're like, oh, I have to log in every day. I have to farm this material every day, every other day. I have to spend my resin before it caps, or else I'm not getting in. Enough. It's way too fucking long. It's so long for it to recharge. The thing is, I'm fine with the game having resin. I think it's good for the game that it has resin. Every single gacha game that I've played has some sort of stamina system in the game. What I thought about is making bosses and ascension materials for characters free. No resin at all. Just make artifacts cost resin. Or, ascension materials for weapons and stuff, that can be on resin too. I don't mind that. Talent books should not be on resin. I don't know why that shit's on resin. Talent books, and boss ascension materials. Trans domains can cost resin. I don't really care about that one too much. No, never mind. Don't like trans domains cost resin. It's a weekly thing. Why would you make it cost resin? Okay, those three things should be free. The thing is, they did. I don't want to say good job because it wasn't too much, but they did something about it where trans domains cost half the resin, because 60 was just way too much. And then now that there's more trans domains out there, they reduced the resin cost from 60 to 30, at least for the first 3 bosses, right? So that's perfectly fine. That is good. What I want them to do is either decrease the amount of resin it costs to go into a domain, or they increase the recharge rate or decrease the recharge rate, because it's way too long. We have to wait way too long for resin. Okay.
Actually playing
that's
the game,
it. That's my rant.
And just saying, okay, well, go play the story and then change games, or go explore and then log off.
Yeah, that's
is
fucking
obviously
stupid.
Not satisfying.
That
and
is
will
dumb.
Cause players to quit in the future.
It will make. Yeah,
it
will make people quit.
Because
where's the new players? They're not coming in.
That is just, sorry, this isn't the type of content we want, because it will cause anxiety for some players.
Yeah, that excuse is dumb. That excuse is super dumb.
All the players that are either at endgame or just enjoy combat or are trying to.
I really hope it's translated wrong. If it is, then there's still hope. There's still hope. Yeah, not similar to the Abyss, better than the Abyss.
Other than the fact that
co-op stuff. Have people join each other and fight this huge, dynamic, big boss. You're
not going to be missing out. You can
work together with other players.
By playing the game and farming artifacts.
That might cause some toxicity, but who cares, man? Just leave the party, join another one. That's how you do it.
The state of the 4-star characters in the game right now now. And I wasn't planning on talking about this so soon. I wanted to wait and see if, you know, it gets better. But as we can see, the state of 4-star characters recently has gone incredibly downhill from the originals.
Very bad.
Like Bennett, Xingqiu, Fischl, and Sucrose.
Yes,
and also like Xiangling.
Like the thing is,
some of these strongest characters in the game. Like genuinely in the top 5 and the top 10 characters in the game right now.
Insight on this. Okay, I guess he's done with the 4-star characters. I would like to say that most, if not all of the 4-star characters that came with Inazuma are bad. Are pretty bad or niche. Like very, very niche. Like Toma is worse Xiangling, right? Like I don't see anyone trying to replace Xiangling with Toma because he is arguably way worse than her. Yeah, all the okay, no. I understand why. From a marketing perspective, it's good for money, for greedy Hoyoverse to get more money. You know why? They're making 4-star characters so shitty because they are eventually going to make 5-star characters that are better than Bennett, that are better than Xingqiu, that are better than Xiangling, and those are going to be probably either the Archons or, you know, just like feature characters. They're going to be 5 stars and they're going to want to make money. That is why they need to, you know, release people that overwhelm the already broken ass 4 stars that they are, which is Bennett. Bennett is a big one. The thing is, I hate Bennett. I hate using Bennett. The reason why I still use him is because he's batshit broken. He is so damn strong that I cannot replace him with anyone. The thing is, Aggravate and new Dendro reactions gave me a breath of fresh air because I don't have to use Bennett anymore. But the thing is, sometimes I still want to use him in the party. You know why? Because he's the only one who gives that ridiculous attack buffer, and I want to see my DPSs do ridiculous damage. But there isn't anyone in the game that gives a big enough attack buffer than Bennett. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to release a 5-star character that gives an attack buffer so ridiculous that people are going to want to roll and want to spend money. They're going to, some people are already gonna say, I have Bennett already, that's enough, I don't need another attack buffer. But the people like me who fucking absolutely hate using Bennett, I don't like Bennett, he's annoying. I've heard Boken the Boken way too many times already in my lifetime, and I need something else. I am going to roll that 5-star character, and that's just inevitable, and that is how they're going to go about, you know, releasing. They're not going to release 4 stars better than the already, you know, existing 4 stars. They're not going to do that because they don't want you rolling for 4 stars. They want you to roll for 5 stars. That's why they're greedy as fuck.
Increase in original resin or faster regeneration. Basically,
yeah, faster regen, please.
So you do more domains, more content every day. Yes. And they basically said no. They pretty much just set up.
The world of Teyvat continues to expand, giving players so many more challenges to complete daily. Is there a chance we see a cap increase for original resin? No, not the cap increase. Fuck your cap increase. Quicker regen to allow players to take on more of these challenges each day. Don't give it a question. Tell them you should do this because it's really bad that you have this slow regenning resin. Domains, bosses, and ley lines are important means to find character and weapon ascension materials, and resin are required to claim these items as reward. Meanwhile, we are also providing more options for gamers to obtain character development items. For example, many character and weapon ascension materials, not many, don't say that, can be obtained and redeemed from events that we run periodically. That gives me enough from one, not even one, less than one domain run. So don't give me that bullshit. Don't say we're already giving out weapon ascension materials. We're already giving out character ascension materials. No, you're not. The only thing you give out for characters is the gems, which are objectively very easy to farm. Not only that, I have too much of those crystals that you need to, you know, level up. That is not good. That is not an excuse. Weapon ascension materials, you give me 5 of the blue ones from these events. 5 of the blue ones are not going to do anything for me. Like 5 of the blue ones, maybe going from 40 to level 40 to 50. That's it. And oh yeah, talent book materials. you give 2 of the golden ones and maybe like 6 of the silver ones. 2 of the golden ones isn't even going to level up a talent 1 time. Not even 1 time. You know how many characters are in the damn game? That's not gonna even come close to being enough, you know? Like, and 6 of the silver ones or 8, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't, like, that's just 1 level in 1 talent on 1 character. That's not enough. That's I'm getting angry.
Words that didn't make sense.
This is so stupid. This is so brain dead.
Yeah, you might get more items through events.
So brain
we'll give
dead.
you like character ascension materials, but they basically just didn't mention more resin, so that's a no. Faster.
Zax is so
kind of want to say
calm.
That even with all the resin,
like his voice is so
we
calm.
still don't
I'm sure
have
he's
a real
like
form of
sad or
endgame
angry,
for, like,
but he's like
combat
he just sounds so
However,
calm, you know.
Obviously, everyone wants more resin. It would be nice, and it was annoying that they just ignored this question.
You can vent out your
completely,
frustrations a bit more, my man.
I do hope that
probably did it on
future
your
we
live
can
stream
actually
already,
get
but
more resin. At least complain and at least try to get better.
Yeah, let's
content and
complain.
be concerned with the
Please
way things are
complain.
going,
It's
because
really
if we
bad.
want
The
longevity
game
in this game and we wanna
systems,
enjoy it and
the
be
story,
able to actually
characters,
use the
fucking
artifacts we've been
amazing.
farming and the characters we've been
The
building
systems
for
in the
months,
game are
if
so
not years
bad.
now,
They're
then
so
having
bad.
content is something that we
Also,
want.
like, okay, I played this other gacha game. It has stamina, and it takes 30 stamina to do 1 thing in the game. It's a Uma Musume. It's a totally different game. There's no combat in that game. It's just, you know, horse girls racing. It sounds stupid, but hear me out. The thing is, you can, like, train one of the girls for 30 stamina. There's only 100 stamina in the game. It takes super long to recharge too, but it takes so long to train one girl. To get through that training process, it takes like 40 minutes to an hour. It's super long. And the thing is, you can do it 3 times a day. That's like 3 hours of playtime, even if there's like nothing to do. The domains, however, take like, sometimes it takes 1 minute, 30 seconds even, to beat some of these domains. And the most I think I've taken in a domain is 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. 3 minutes is probably the longest I took, and that's not enough. That gives me like 15, not even 15 minutes. It gives me like 4 or 5 minutes. 5 minutes of playing the game, and I'm already out of resin. The thing is, I have it better than others because I had 70 fragile resin, but the past few days I've been addicted to the game because I really wanted to build my Sentinel. I used 15 fragile resin, and it's still not enough. It's still not enough for me to build him properly. It's pretty bad that I spent 15 fragile resin and I still haven't, you know, I'm still like not there yet. Like, it's really bad. And the thing is, I have it better than others because I still have 55 fragile resin, which is a ton for, you know, other people. The thing is, I didn't spend any money to get any more fragile resin than you have. I don't spend primo gems on resin because I think that's stupid. Okay, let's stop. Let's stop. I already said what I need to say.
I also want to say, quest data you could delete from your phone or from
it takes up way too much space. The games these days just take too much space on your phone. Dude, one of my games on my iPad, it takes like 90 gigs.
I'm sorry for this video. I don't like complaining this much. I do believe it's useful though.
No, I like it. Thank you, Ziox.
At least now I was planning on releasing my kitchen guide today, but I mean, I guess I'm not because I'm annoyed. Kitchen guide will be out tomorrow. And if we design another type of permanent endgame that is similar to the Spiral Abyss, it might end up creating excessive anxiety. What?
Oh, just like what I said before. He definitely vented out his frustrations on the live stream instead of this video. They really, dude, most of this interview is we are doing our own shit. Fuck all of you. They probably are trying to. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. They'll probably try to do something because of how much outrage this is gonna bring to the community. But hopefully they listen and they do something about it, especially the resin system, because that shit is garbage. All right, have a good day. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.